That's pretty normal. I mean, it shows that these players are experimenting. They're not set in their ways. They're still adapting. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good sign. I mean, these guys kind of cook a lot of strategies, particularly Feng. He's a bit of a chef, and I've been seeing him do some crazy stuff on the ladder earlier. He was up against Dillo for some games, and Dillo was also spectating him. And he was using a lot of hot dogs in standard, and he was doing like EMP storms with Vulcans. Just like, I don't know, it was fairly standard, but also just like really weird with like the EMP storms. So he's been cooking it up. We'll see if he's gonna use it today in the MAG1 League, but the game is loading up and we are getting into it. This is going
Let's
to
have a
be
quick look at those packs.
Mathismight versus Feng in a best of one to start things off.
What are we looking at here? I mean, there's some standard packs for Math if he wants to give that a go. I'm not too sure we'll see Sabers. I have been playing them a little bit more, but they still feel like a bit of a weaker opener to me. Typhoon Specialist coming out there from Red Hair.
Yeah, good choices for sure. Looks like it is going to be a standard matchup here. We'll see if Feng's going to try this hot dog style that he's been doing on the ladder that I saw today, or if he's going to change it up here. Oh, he does buy hounds. Okay.
Well, I guess we know what we're in for.
Yeah, have
It
you
is the one
spotted him
thing
doing
that
this?
I haven't. I haven't looked at too many Feng games though. I have to admit.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the one thing that hasn't been nerfed, right, about hounds. They got hit pretty heavily in terms of their experience requirements, but the incendiary bomb tech is the one thing that's remained the exact same.
That's right, yeah, and it's still super powerful. I mean, even after all of this experimentation we've had with it, nobody has like a super strong counter. Like it's either Mustang missile interceptor or fire extinguisher or just sort of like being careful with your positioning.
Yeah, and I think I like the the positioning response the best because I've tried playing the whole Mustang thing, but then often people will just go into Vulcan or something, and your Mustangs are sitting there like, well, this is a matchup I still don't really like so much.
Yeah, for sure. I think when I'm playing aggro and the guy hot dogs me on the line, I do like the Mustang response there. But yeah, I think it's very context specific. Oh, one Stormcaller versus one Stormcaller. Who's gonna take it?
It's a close fight, but I think Math has this.
Oh,
Oh, did I jinx it?
oh my
Oh,
god.
it's a classic. It's a
Oh,
tie.
wow. And the same HP total too. This is crazy. Whoa. We're looking at the sky.
Hello there.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Can you see your house from there?
Improved bird. That's a sweet card. I know Math actually really likes Phoenixes, so I think he's thinking about it.
It's a very strong card. It's a little bit expensive, but it does prevent like the one problem Phoenix can have, which is Forte A.
Sure, yeah. It's a really powerful card. It's just expensive to get going, but like the levels become very efficient and like something like Energy Shield tech multiplies their huge HP pool by 2. So I think it's tempting.
Oh, he's giving it a good long think. Subsidized Stormcaller, I don't think is worth picking up at this point if you already have to.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, in the
Well,
meantime, Fang
yeah, he goes for the hot dogs. I told you guys, he's been cooking this up.
he's not waited for this. He's very upfront about what kind of game this is going to be, and it's going to be one where the floor is lava.
Yep, literally up front. I mean, those hounds are on the line. They're gonna burn those storm collars.
Yeah, that is
Oops.
some nasty positioning. Oh, we do get some fangs, but those are going to find their way behind the tower. And it looks like Math didn't go for any of those cards, so no improved Phoenixes.
Yeah, it just skips after all that thought. Kind of interesting there. Just playing it
Oh, and
slow.
that crawler in the middle is good for the Stormcallers, but
Oh
doesn't
man.
distract those hounds on the sides. And so two, even three of the Stormcallers burning there from Math.
Yeah, that tempo is pretty significant. Like just burning everything like that for such a cheap price.
Well, the Arcs at least will have a decent time. Some of the Stormcallers from Feng, though, already taking those out.
I'm kind of surprised how well this is going for Math despite that.
Yeah, even gets a Tara debuff there on the top right. Some crawlers have managed to avoid the fire
Oof.
and
Yeah,
get that
barely gets
debuff.
it. We've got crawlers left, so I think that'll be the round for him. So now he knows what he's up against. So what can you do about these hounds on the line, Rooster?
I mean, I think your best bet is just to have some chaff like kind of away from where the rest of your chaff is going to be running. Underground crawler, I think, is the best response to these tiny fire puddles. Your crawlers will be able to run through, and then I think that's the best you can do if you just want to go for a positioning type of response. Does get the saber though, and there is a missile interceptor tech on that one. Maybe that's worth a shot.
Yeah, it could be. That is actually an interesting thought. Now, currently on the board, sabers don't look like a good thing to be buying a lot of, and they just picked up phoenixes, which have a somewhat similar role to a saber tooth. So I don't know if we'll be seeing that. I could even see the sell on the saber, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think something sad about the crawler in the exact middle is that it didn't protect any of the stormcallers. And it's like, what do? Do you buy more crawlers at the fronts or on the flanks? Like, I don't think so. That's too many deploys, right?
I don't know. I think it's fine to try and go for that, but it looks like Math for now just wants to have the arc light sorted, so we'll pick up 2 more of those. Click the range. Also added a Phoenix to the board, or well, the 2 from the drop. And actually adds them onto the shallow flanks.
Yeah, so that's his answer to these sort of like edge corner hounds. And that's interesting because obviously the arc lights will survive the fire for quite a long period of time. They'll dish out their DPS and then it's protecting his stormcallers. Now the downside is that, I mean, those are deploys which are not going to be super strong. Like they'll probably get just instantly killed by phoenixes long term.
And they're not going to be surviving this first round either because they have to spawn in. I'm not too sure about this one. They're very vulnerable where they are, and they're somewhat disconnected from the main board.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I've never seen that as a response. I think it's logical, but we'll have to see if it actually is effective.
Oh, and the Phoenix trades there. Definitely not in favor of Math. Lost both of his right at the start.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big round for Feng. Added more Stormcallers too. That looks like a very large amount of damage.
I think that's such a strong part of this heavy Stormcaller strategies that you see players like Sion and Feng go for, is look at this player damage. Like, this is crazy damage.
Yeah, that hurts. And the other thing is, this gets tough to intercept now. Like, this kind of prevents the whole interception line from being possible because there's simply too many missiles.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing where you just keep adding the missiles. Now, looking at the cards here, we have Barrier, which, of course, there's no Giants yet, but in a standard match, you're not super sad to go something like a Vulcan. And then there's Laser Sight, and yeah, I don't think any of the other cards are too relevant here.
And have a look at that. Vulcan mentioned, Vulcan purchased.
Yeah. And look at that beacon on it, too.
That's going to be very annoying to deal with. Now, Math is just going to opt to mirror what Feng has done so far and goes for his own 2 Stormcallers.
Yeah, interesting move there. By the way, about this Vulcan, I was also watching him use War Crimes, aka Incendiary Bombs, earlier on those ladder matches I was talking about, so it looks like he really was cooking up and practicing on this for the MAG1 League today, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, important thing though is that he doesn't run that oil bomb, but he might not need it when he has this many Stormcallers as well.
That would be crazy though. The Typhoon's not really having a good time here, getting sniped off by the Storms and the Phoenixes on the left. On the right-hand side here, the Barrier is taking a lot of damage. It's finally going to go down. And are we just collapsing here on the left?
Yeah, the left side not looking good, but the right side, I have to say, the arc lights are doing a good job for Math. Of course, they are getting stuck now on that Vulcan, though, and left side Stormcallers managed to stall for a little bit, but the Phoenixes will eventually grab the tower.
Big collapse here, and how much more damage is that? Oh my god. Ouch.
Ooh. And this is round 4, mind you.
Yeah, I mean, that's... you gotta worry now.
Enhancement module. Luckily, that Vulcan does already have an item, but there are some other things that could be leveled and sold.
Yeah, true. Otherwise, we have a smoke bomb, which, of course, you know, if that lands, that's incredibly powerful. We have a second laser sight if Math wants it. Looks like Feng is picking up his first here. And again, Mathismight is the one who's taking his time here. Feng's already doing his turn. He's ranging the Vulcans, ranging the birds, it looks like.
Not pulling any punches. He's been loaning.
Yeah.
That's a round 5 loan.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like he just wants to lean into the Vulcans and the Phoenixes.
I mean, when your opponent is down to 1300 this early, I don't mind this at all. You can loan at least for 3 turns and still be even in terms of money. And I mean, if he plays it correctly, there's no reason why he wouldn't be able to close this out within the next 3 rounds.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of problems here for Mathismight. Like his Phoenix is never leveled, right? They're sitting here level 1. They even have a laser sight. So like they're taking up a lot of economy and sort of not justifying their role. Like if anything, the Stormcallers are better DPSers. And I mean, there's a Phoenix range deficit here. Although Mathismight has 1100, what's he gonna go for? It looks like Sandworms.
Okay, I mean, Sandworm is a good response into this, as long as the Phoenixes can stay alive.
But
They
look at
don't
this
care too much
enhancement
about the
module.
storms.
That's not good tempo, right? That's an expensive equipment, and he only got like a little bit of value out of it.
Yeah, I guess he's hoping that he can survive the next turn or so, and then get some value out of it. He did sell a Stormcaller, but there was nothing else to level after he did that.
Well, let's see. The worms are now coming in. There's 2 on the right. The blue Phoenixes are attacking them, dishing out a bunch of DPS here. The barrier's still alive on the right. Looks like the Phoenixes will now take it down. The left side collapsing once again. I mean, the blue birds over there is going to get on the tower. The worms are about half HP here. Oh, looks like the birds on the right sniping the birds of Math. And with the tower going down, that just might be the game.
Yeah, this looks like a ton of damage, and I mean, we don't even have to do the math.
Oof.
The math is right here, and
Oh, man.
Feng will be taking game number 1 over Math, which means that Math will be heading over to the learners bracket and have to fight his way through the best of 3s, and Feng will have another best of 1 very soon to try and make his way through Group A immediately.
Indeed. And up next, we have Sarich against B-Man. That'll be a cool game.
Oh, that might just be another like very explosive game. I've been playing Sarah recently, and I mean, he still plays aggro like no other, and it can feel overwhelming if you make the wrong choices.
Absolutely. They just have such a unique aggro playstyle, and yeah, definitely should be explosive. They're also doing quite well. Like I remember seeing their MMR was pretty close to 2300, so that's obviously very near the top. As far as B-Man, though, I have not been catching a ton of him. Have you caught some B-Man content?
I haven't recently. He was doing very well at the end of last season. I think he was like near 2400 or so.